Hey everybody, welcome back. It's White Star, aka King of the Dinos, or Craig, however you want to say it. Just going over the Fluffal deck that I've been playing around with, showing it off, showing off the new stuff. So let's get into it. First, we got three Fluffal dogs, one Fluffal penguin, two Edgimp chains, three Fluffal bear, two Edgimp sabers, two owls, one Fluffal sheep, two Fluffal Octo, three Fluffal Mouse, and three Fluffal Wings. Those are the monsters in the deck. I'll go over their like why I have them in certain numbers in a second. Spells, we got three Fright for Patchworks, one Insta Fusion, two Fright for Fusion, two Polymerizations. I really like this art, that's why there's one in there. Two Foolish Burial of Belongings, one Upstart, one Foolish Burial, three Valhalla Hall of the Fallen, and three Toy Vendor. So, oh, and then extra deck. Sorry, we got two Fright for Saber Tiger, two Fright for Kraken, one Fright for Wolf, two Fright for Tigers, one Fright for Sheep, one Elder Entity Norden. God. One number S39 Utopia the Lightning, one Bahamut Shark, one number 39 Utopia, one Castell the Sky Blasting Musketeer, one Diamond Dire Wolf, and one Treat Toad. Oh, it's still Treat Toad on here. Oh, thank God. Ignore that name. So, the way the deck is, it's a really OTK fusion variant deck. Uh, Being able to like with Tiger pop everything, and then you Fright for Fusion Wolf with four attacks, and boom, it's game. So let's go over the monsters, and then I'll talk about the spells and trap or spells because I don't play traps in this. You want to go second, so that's why there's no traps in here. So you play three dog because dog is Stratos. He searches out any saber, or not any saber, any he search out any Fluffle and one Edgimp saber, like Edgimp saber, like that's the main card that is required on like uh, Wolf requires him, Tiger requires him. Um, those are the only two I really play. But like Bear requires him, like one of the original fusions there. Fright for Bear, yeah. I play one Penguin. Penguin's a really cool card. The only problem is the deck really didn't need a way to draw. Like that's its second effect is the draw mechanic where you draw two, discard one. The deck really didn't really need that because of Fluffal Wings being able to destroy Toy Vendor. You banish card, you banish one from the graveyard. You banish oh god, you banish Fluffal Wings and one other Fluffal monster, and you draw a card. Then you pop Toy Vendor to draw another card, and then Toy Vendor activates. So it's a plus one in that opinion because you have well no it's going even because you use three cards, but it's still really good. Um, but his special summon effect, where once during your main phase you can special summon one Fluffle monster from your hand, that's really good because like all the Fluffle monsters get their effect when they're normal or special. Except for sheep. Sheep's funny. Sheep's actually a black sheep kind of thing. It really doesn't fit the archetype, but it's played in the archetype. Think of it like um, Gofu or what is it, Blackfang Zephyros. They're black sheep cards where they're in the archetype, but they don't support the archetype. Um, but going back, so yeah, being able to special summon one Fluffle monster is really good from your hand. Edgimp Chain is your search Edgimp monster. He also is required for sheep. But the thing about sheep is you can insta fusion sheep. Sheep doesn't require to be special summoned first, like fusion summoned. So you can do that, and yeah. Uh, then, oh, but also Chain can search out your Fright for cards, so he can search out Fright for Patchwork, which Fright for Patchwork is a plus one. I don't care who you're going to talk to. This is a plus one card. It adds a polymerization and an edge up monster, which means you could literally use. You could Edge Imp Chain's graveyard effect to add a Fright for card. Add this, and then add back the second Fright for chain. Like, that's really good. And it grabs Polly from your deck. Um, I play 3 bear. Bear is what you discard to get Toy Vendor, and then this is pretty much the monster that you banish with wings to get the drawing engine going. Three or not three, 2 sabers, Edge Imp sabers, only because these 3 cards right here require Edge Imp sabers. The rest of them, like this, just requires an Fright for monster and Fluffal or Edge Imp monsters, and this just requires a Edge Imp monster and a Fluffal monster. Meaning you can fusion using Chain or Sabers to make him. Uh, then I run 2 owls. Owl is another search for Polly, or he's a Polly on legs. Meaning, if he's on the field, you can pay 500 life points and fusion summon 1 Fright for monster. With which is really good because you you can run out of Pollys if your opponent negates or the duel drags on. It really helps. Um, 1 sheep just because being able to like bounce a dog so that you can have him next turn to search or stuff like that is a really good thing. Also, like I said, it's required, or it's not required, but yeah. Uh, then I run 2 of the new Octos. The reason for that being he can target a card in the graveyard and add it back to your hand. So theoretically, if your plays get negated, like if you summon Wolf and he gets striked, next turn you can summon this, get back Dog, and now you have a way of abilities to use Dog again or something like that. Or he can grab Edge Imp because Edge Imp's another thing about Edge Imp is his effect is you if he's in the graveyard you can take a card and put it back on top of your deck from your hand and summon him in defense mode, which is not bad. And then if you search, you shuffle your deck, so it's not a bad thing. But Octo can re-grab it, so you don't have to waste cards to do that. I play 3 mouse. He's just pretty much just an easy. If you get this on the field, summon this. If you have an Edge in hand and a Poly, you summon this, and then you special this down, and then you get 3 materials. That's a total like if you Poly to make Tiger, that's 4 things Tiger can pop. Like that's amazing. Being able to clear a board right like that is really good. Also, if you use him as material, they can't change strike to this. So the chain link will go. This gets summoned. This is chain link 1. You target your everything. Then this gets chained for chain link 2 automatically. Um, then your opponent has the chance to respond. So if they activate strike, they can't strike this. They have to strike this. And so this is Penguin is like really helping out. And then, like I said, 3 wings. Wings is your draw engine. It just helps you draw and pop and everything. Again, it's kind of like a black sheep of the deck, but it also has more synergy in the deck than sheep. So the spells we're running 3 patchworks because it's a +1. There's no way around it. It's you add a poly and an edge monster. There are no other restrictions. You don't have to summon just fight for monsters for the rest of the turn or anything like that. It's literally just add a poly, add an end jump. You can only activate 1 of these cards per turn. Like if this deck starts popping off, like going big and everything, and everybody catches on, I think this card will get hit. But right now the deck's just tier 2, so don't worry about it. 1 insta fusion. You can insta fusion for sheep or insta fusion for Norden. Then if you have Penguin in the graveyard, you can overlay for Bahamut Shark and do the Treep Toad play because we're original and we do that. 2 Fright for Fusions. Fright for Fusion is just it's like a miracle fusion for the Frighters. You you fusion summon using monsters you control or graveyard, but they're banished. So this is just how you do plays like you poly for this, you pop everything, and then you Fright for Fusion for Wolf for game. That's the main combo of the deck, like main OTK of the thing. But otherwise, you can just go. You can make Krakens, activate Kraken's effects, the send. and then fusion into this, bringing back Kraken, stuff like that. Two polys, really don't need to explain that. So the Foolish Burial of Belongings, one, it's a deck thin. So if you're going and you want to like you don't want to draw a certain card because you know it's going to be dead in your hand or anything like that, you can go and Foolish Burial Belongings it. But right now, what I'm using it for is to do it for uh, Toy Vendor because it states Toy Vendor is whenever it's sent to the graveyard. So if you send it with this, it gets its effect to search, which and also it's a deck thin. Like I really like deck thinning, and that's amazing deck thin. One upstart, just easy draw. Playing 39 cards is better than playing 40. Going back to that motto. One Foolish Burial, foolish just to get not him, sabers or penguin or whatever you need if you need a wings, stuff like that. Uh, so the reason Valhalla is near Valhalla is a way to special summon your fairies if you don't control any monsters. Well, luckily for us, all the Fluffal monsters are fairies. Like, so you can special summon them, and then they get their effects. So it's another way to. It's like before Penguin, and this doesn't. So if you have this, you can like do really stupid stuff. You could activate this, special this, search out this, normal summon this, and then his effect to special anything you want. Like it's beautiful, beautiful combos like you can do with this. And then Toy Vendor, just because Toy Vendor is an amazing search card. Not really a draw card. It's a really shitty draw card actually. I really hate this mechanic, like the mechanic of RNG that this card has. But you like ways you can limit it to RNG is using if you know you have Poly in hand and you need Edge Imp, and let's say you have Poly in hand, Edge Imp, and Fluffal Mouse. Edge Imp's in your graveyard. Uh, you activate Edge Imp, putting Fluffal Mouse back on top of your deck. Uh, and you have one random card. Let's say you have like Insta Fusion. Like you don't want an Insta Fusion. You want to get your Fright first. So you activate Toy Vendor, dropping Insta Fusion. You reveal the top card. Oh look, it's Fluffal Mouse. Special Mouse. Using Mouse's effect. Special the other mouse. Other mice. Mices. Whatever. And you get a, a monster with four materials. You know, it's pretty good. It's kind of a lot of cards for hand, but it's whatever. So, moving on to the extra deck monsters, the reason you play two, you can play one. It's not like the greatest card, but it's still fun. Um, Tiger, Saber Tiger can be if you use three or more materials, he's unaffected. He can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. He also gains attack, so he's not a 24. He's actually a 28, um, which is really good. 2800 monster. Sorry, there was a loud noise outside. 2800 monster, pretty good. Kraken, okay. In my opinion, Kraken is the best full extra deck monster. Kraken, as long as he can target a monster on the field, he can get rid of it. Uh, Being because, well, if the card's obviously doesn't stay like it's unaffected, but he can just send, not destroy, not anything of that. Send to the graveyard. This is an effect that I've been waiting for in Yu-Gi-Oh for a long time, and I love it. And also, he can double attack, and then when he's done attacking, he goes to defense mode. But he can't attack directly the turn that you activate his send effect. So, overall, he's a very balanced card. 22 a 100 attack is not the greatest, but if you either have Tiger or Saber Tiger or normal Tiger on the field, he gets very large. Wolf's your OTK. He just attacks multiple times. 2000 attack's not great, but again, you're not going to just have him on the field. You're going to have like Tiger or Saber Tiger on the field, so he's going to be pretty big. Tiger is your pop everything and win the game card, and so you use use materials to pop, and then fight for fusion. He does. It's the number of materials used. So if you only use an edge imp, if you use edge imp sabers and one fluffle monster, you're popping two cards, which is not bad. So and then also he's not a 19. He gains 300 for each. For all fright for monsters, you control gain 300 for each Fluffal or Frightfur. For Fluffal and Frightfur, not or. So he gets very big, very fast. Um, one sheep, it's kind of an interesting card. If he's destroyed by battle, he special summons back and he gains 800 attack. Um, so just interesting stuff like that. Obviously, one Norden, you know what that does. A lightning, just to help. You can do kind of rank fours. You got one, two, three, four here in the main deck plus Norden, so that's five really. So there's a theoretical chance. It's not really. Their levels are kind of all over the board. I mean, we got like ones and threes and twos and threes and fours. Oh, he's a four too, so you have seven fours. But so you can kind of just do everything across the board. Bahamut Shark just to get out Treat Toad. Utopia to rank up into Utopia the Lightning. Castell just because Castell is amazing. Spot removal. And Diamond Dyer is another way to pop things if you don't really have a way, like, because you can only control one tiger. So if they don't get rid of your tiger, um you can do Diamond Dyer to help pop things just to be safe. But that's my view on Fluffals, and this is my deck. If you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe with more stuff coming at you from Yugi.deck. Peace out, y'all.